My name's Jeff Makarevich, and welcome to Wine and Dine with Jeff, where I'll make a healthy dinner from start to finish and pair it with wines from around the world. Let's fill up that glass.
Hi, I'm Jeff Makarevich, and welcome to Wine and Dine with Jeff. Today is our Thanksgiving episode, so happy Thanksgiving to all of you and all of our friends and family. I've had a request. Please cook a turkey breast, not a whole turkey. So that is what we're going to do today, a whole turkey breast. It's going to be juicy, moist, flavorful. I got great tips for you, so stay tuned. And I'm pairing it with this beautiful Pinot Noir Californian. It's actually my wine. Yes, a lot of you don't know, but I am a winemaker. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. Let's get started on our herbalicious rub that is going on the turkey. Right here, we have some fresh rosemary and fresh thyme. So let's get the rosemary right off the stem here. And if you're not a fan of rosemary, you could actually, there's other herbs you could do instead. You can do sage, and thyme would be a great combination. So we're going to take this rosemary and thyme and chop this up, especially, I'll move the butter out of the way, especially the rosemary, because the rosemary is very, very coarse. So we want to give a nice good chop to the rosemary and the thyme. You want to take the wooded stem off the thyme too. So I did that already, so I'm just running myself through the leaves. But definitely the rosemary, you want to give a nice little chop to, because that could end up very chewy. And it's going to go on outside of the turkey and underneath the skin. And roasting in the oven on the outside, it could actually burn if it's left in large chunks. So that is perfect. That's exactly what we want. And all the exact measurements are right down below in the description center. So we're going to put all these fresh herbs right on in there. Oh, just the smell of rosemary is amazing. I love it. It grows wild out here in California. I don't even have to buy it. So then we have garlic. I have some already flattened here. I love to show you just a quick way of going through garlic. So you want to take your knife, flat end down, make sure the sharp end's down, hit it right like that and flatten it out, and then it literally glides through very, very quickly, and it doesn't go all the way up the edge of your knife, which drives me crazy. So look how quick that is. So garlic on in. You know turkey, you really gotta flavor up turkey. That's what's with all this herbs and garlic, because turkey on its own, you know, is just kind of a little on the bland side, so you really have to give it a lot of flavor. Okay, lemon juice going in. Tip on getting, if you have a hard lemon not feeling like it's giving you a lot of juice, roll it, and that will release its juices. And once again, all the measurements are going to be right down below in the description center, and that will take you over to the link for my website. And we're going to put some salt in right now and pepper. And the butter I used was a salt-free butter. So if you have butter that has salt in it, you can definitely use it. Don't go buy yourself a whole new one. Just watch on your salt that you're going to do a little bit less than what I have actually for the recipe. So look at this nice herbalicious. That is going to go on the outside of our turkey and underneath the skin. So let's get our turkey ready. Okay, we have our turkey breast here. We got both sides of the plate. It's the whole turkey breast, as you can see here. The most important thing is you want to flip that bird over and salt and pepper the underbelly of it, because we are doing all that herb and rub and salt on top, definitely the underside of the bird needs to be put salt and pepper also. So don't forget to do that. And important about this is that this is bone-in, skin-on. That is how it's gonna be moist. That's why it's gonna come out moist and delicious. So what we're gonna do here, let me flip the bird so you can see it. We're gonna first start by move this, and we're gonna take your fingers and go underneath the skin and start separating the skin from the actual meat itself. So you want to be careful not to tear the skin. So you just want to keep going as far as you can go here. And your hands are your best kitchen tools. I'm telling you right now, you could easily wash your hands after this. So, because you want to be able to get that herb all the way up in here. So we're going to start with some of this herb, and we're going to take it and we're going to go underneath the skin with it. So that's what you want to do. So you want to take it all the way down underneath the skin. That's where you want a lot of this goodness. This is going to just flavor up that skin with all the herbs and garlic and the salt and pepper. Now, what you want to do also is take it, the other portion of this, and you want to put this on top of the skin. So this goes on top of the skin, and make sure, very important tip too, before you put the butter on top, is that your turkey is dry as a bone on top, because that will help it brown better in the oven also. So you want your turkey dry on top, and start spreading all this delicious goodness on here. Let me get to the other side and do the other side, and then I'll give you more tips on keeping this turkey moist. We have our roasting pan here with a rack on it, which is important because you don't want the bird touching the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to first start with some dry white wine, and all the exact measurements, once again, are down below in the description center, and some chicken stock. So this is going to keep the bird nice and moist, and the steam from this is just going to keep the bird in these beautiful juices, and actually the actual wine will give it a different flavor also. And to even flavor it a little more, I just throw in the same herbs that I have in there, a sprig of the rosemary and the thyme right on in. And next, the bird. Let's put right on in with the bird. And what I'm gonna do now is just to make it a little extra color on top, to sprinkle some paprika on top of the skin area, and it just gives us this beautiful golden color. And this is going to go for about an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours at 325 in the oven. It is set right now. And a tip, let me grab. If the skin starts to brown a little too much than what you want it to, what you can do is foil it then. So if the skin starts browning, and I like to add some root vegetables to roast along with it, just so I have a side, a beautiful side that comes out with the turkey. So I just threw in some heirloom carrot tomatoes with some olive oil and salt. It's that simple. And that will roast along with the turkey here. And what I have put in is an instant read, a thermometer. When it gets to a few degrees before 165, I know, don't scream at me, don't eat it below 165. It will do carryover cooking. So I do bring it out at about 161, 162 and foil it and let it sit for 10 minutes. And there's carryover cooking, and that keeps you don't want to, if you cook it all the way to 170 or 165, there's going to be carryover cooking and you might dry it out. Tip on your instant read or your thermometer. Make sure it's not touching the bone either. So this is going right into the oven, and it's going to roast for about an hour and 45 minutes or 2 hours until it reaches about 162 for me, and I'm going to pull it out and let it raise foil it. While our roast turkey is roasting in the oven, I'll tell you really quickly about this beautiful Pinot Noir. It is my own wine. I am a winemaker. It is a California Pinot. It has notes of black cherry, raspberry. It will go perfect with the turkey. Unfortunately, I can't sell it for many legal reasons, but any Pinot Noir will work. A California or even a French Burgundian style will go perfect. But it is Thanksgiving, and I have many thanks to give. And first of all, the most important is family and friends. And my friends are my family. I call it my chosen family. And that is definitely one of my top thanks that I have to give for this year. So I cannot wait to taste that turkey and just give it a little bit more time. It's time to pull the turkey out. It just reached to a temperature of 162. Now remember, we're not eating it at 162. 165. Oh, it smells so good in here. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a beauty? It smells so good. Now what we're gonna do, we are not ready to eat this. We are gonna temp this. So we're gonna temp this and let this rest for a good 10 minutes, and it will keep on raising. The temperature will keep on raising. So you want to let that go, and I can't wait to dig in. But I would first like to thank all my subscribers, and if you're not yet a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my recipes. And don't forget to like and share my recipes. And thank you for stopping by Wine and Dine, and happy Thanksgiving.